Good, how are you?
Very good too. Where are you guys going? Down to Naples.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's good for me too because I'm from Naples.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Is he going to stop me? No? For your information, I am recording this ride.
Okay.
Officially I have to ask for your permission, I guess. But I'm not streaming
Sure.
or publishing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Honestly, I'm a little confused about Florida law because it is a two-consent law, which means that both parties have to give their consent to record inside, to be able to record. But it's my car, so am I not allowed to record in my car if I want to? I'm not sure what this two-consent thing is, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
From which state are you guys?
We're flying from Texas.
Texas. Do you know what the law is for recording inside a vehicle in Texas?
No, we don't.
You don't? Okay. By the way, there's water in the doors if you're thirsty.
Thank you.
Thanks.
People who fly often come thirsty from the planes.
Yeah. Yeah, planes dehydrate here.
Well, they don't service much anymore on the planes. Did they serve things on your flight?
Yeah, some water and some pretzels.
Oh, okay. Pretzels even. Wow. But you flew from Texas, so that was what, like that's a 2-hour flight, 3 hours?
It would be if it was direct, but it was not. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was like a, I don't know, 5-hour trip in total.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a trip, yeah. But that's still doable, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning or so.
Yeah.
Have you been to Naples before, or is this?
I have, but only when I was little.
Oh.
Because I used to live in
Oh,
Miami.
okay. You visited Miami.
Well, I used to live there as
Oh,
a
you used to live there?
Yeah, as a kid.
Oh, nice. So, were you born in Miami or
No, I was born in Venezuela.
Venezuela?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. You still speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. And then you moved to Miami first, and then from Miami to Texas?
Yeah, that's right.
I bet you miss Miami though. No?
People were kind of mean there growing up. But,
Oh, really?
yeah. Yeah, people in Miami can be kind of standoffish.
It's very Latino,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit macho.
Yeah, but
Probably.
interestingly, when I was growing up in Houston, there were more Spanish speakers in Houston than I knew that spoke fluently and only in Spanish to their friends than in Miami.
Oh, really? Is that big? Is Houston? Is that close to the Mexican border?
Mm-mm. No, very
It's
far.
not.
It's close to the Gulf of Mexico and Louisiana. It's very eastern Texas.
Oh, then I'm surprised that.
Well, during the time that I grew up there was a mass exodus of just Latinos from everywhere, so to Houston.
No?
Doctors, engineers, lawyers, you name it.
Uh-huh.
There's a big brain drain.
So your parents moved and then you went with them, of course.
Yeah.
So you like Houston actually better?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. A lot nicer people.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I always liked Miami, but it is sort of it's a different culture. Yeah, it's. Yeah.
Mhm.
I lived in Mexico for 10 years and Central America in
Oh, yeah?
Haiti, so I'm used to the Caribbean feel of it,
Mhm.
things, and that is what Miami is really about. Caribbean kind of feel, so it doesn't affect me as much maybe, but
Yeah.
I can imagine that if you're a small child, you grow up in such an environment that it's sort of not hostile, but it's a little crude or something. I don't know
Mhm.
how to explain that, but I get your point, yeah.
Yeah.
And the lady, you're from Houston too?
I'm from Dallas.
You're from Dallas. Oh wait.
But
Oh
we
wait,
both,
Dallas is still Texas, right?
Yeah, we both live in Austin now. So, all Texas. Where are you from?
So, are you guys a couple? I'm ignoring your question for a second.
Oh, it's okay.
So, are you guys a couple?
Hmm.
And so then, how did you guys meet then?
We met in Austin. That's where we both live now.
Oh, okay.
Austin, Texas.
So you're from Houston. She's from Dallas. You met in Austin. And that's where you guys met. So then, like, you guys met at school or so? University?
We met on a dating app.
On a dating app? Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, the modern way.
Yeah.
that didn't exist in my day. And nowadays I hear that my kids are doing it too, so, or did.
Hmm.
That's interesting though. I'm from the Netherlands.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the World Cup?
Yep.
Yeah.
We beat you guys, but then the Argentinians beat us
Yeah.
badly. So
They're doing very good.
Argentina is hopefully going to be the new world champion. Yeah. I hope.
I hope so too. Just for Messi's sake. You know,
Exactly.
he deserves it.
Exactly. Messi deserves it, right?
Yeah.
He's giving us so much joy and everything.
Yeah. And I think Argentina hasn't won since like 1986.
And in '74 when we lost the final from Argentina.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I was in diapers in those days, so I don't really remember. Well, no, not in diapers. I was 8. But that's interesting. On a dating app. So on a dating app, you put in all your preferences about yourself, like who you are, and then what you like to see in a partner, and then the app connects you,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
and then you go on a date, I guess, like on TV,
Yeah.
like this television thing I saw, and then like and then after the date you stay in touch or not.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been together?
A little over a year now.
Over a year
Yeah.
already?
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting serious.
Yeah.
That's it. 7 years, that's critical.
It's a long time.
Yeah. For young people, 7 years is a long time. I still feel so old. That's true though. The older you get, the faster time goes.
Yeah.
It's such
That
a
is very
weird
true.
experience. It's so weird. I'm telling you, man. But hopefully you'll get there too.
Hopefully.
So have you visited Venezuela?
Not in 10 years.
Oh, so you have.
Yeah,
Your
I did growing
information.
up, but we went every Christmas pretty much.
You still have family down there.
Most of my family was down there, but most of my family is in Spain.
Oh, most of your family's in Spain?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You guys are very international.
Yeah. Well, I have two family members that moved in the 80s from Latin America to Spain. So
Okay.
they've been there a while. But then the rest of them moved recently. So
Have you visited Spain? Spain is nice.
yeah, I've been to Spain.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
I think the last time I went was in, I don't know, 2014. So
Okay.
it's been a while, but
Yeah, a little bit. Did you see a Camp Nou in Barcelona?
the what?
Camp Nou in Barcelona?
No. What's that?
The stadium of FC Barcelona soccer club.
No, we didn't get to see that. But we did do Barcelona for a little bit. Yeah. That was fun. It's a very
That's
nice
cool.
city. A lot of pickpockets though.
Oh, did you see that amazing cathedral that they have there?
Yeah.
The Sagrada Familia or something like that.
Yeah.
They've been building for 100 years or something like
Yeah.
that.
It's incredible.
Amazing. Just the thought of it.
Yeah, my family, I stayed behind in Texas to take care of my brother's dog, but my family went recently to a wedding there,
Okay.
and it was at the La Sagrada Familia. It was incredible. But I don't think they have any pictures of the inside, which is weird.
Might not be able to take pictures.
Maybe.
Is it finished?
No, I don't think so. The couple got married in a little chapel inside that was finished, but I don't think the whole
of
thing
your
is-
family, a couple got
Yeah,
married
related,
inside the Sagrada Familia?
Mhm.
Wow.
Related to my dad. A cousin, I think.
Wow. Yeah, that building is one things like Paris and London and those.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, what do you think of all the bicycles? Like,
I was
it's a
just gonna say
million.
everybody rides bikes. It was
Right,
really, I
yeah.
liked that a lot
I mean, there's way more bicycles than cars
for sure.
in the. Yeah, it's rather special. My mom and dad, they're now in the 70s and they still ride bikes.
Mm-hmm.
My dad still goes shopping with the bike. You know, he takes the bicycle with one of these bags on the bike, and he goes shopping for his groceries.
Huh.
In the 70s.
Are they in Amsterdam?
No,
Oh,
no, they're in the south.
okay.
But I'm just picturing or painting a picture of elderly people on bicycles.
Right.
You know, that is such a common thing. But it keeps people healthy.
Yeah,
I think it's a good thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I miss it also. I have a bicycle, but I'm just not riding it here because it's just, I don't know, too hot
Yeah.
most of the time. So, what brings you guys to Naples?
We're here for a wedding.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Are you staying in the Grande or in the Ritz? Looks
It's
like-
1901 Gulf Shore. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
right.
Edgewater Beach
Edgewater,
Hotel.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see that. Yeah. That's a nice place.
Yeah.
So then is the wedding gonna be on the beach?
No. I think it's a Catholic wedding, so
Oh,
it's gonna be in a nearby church.
Catholic weddings are not supposed to be on the beach.
I don't know.
Traditional
Yeah.
Catholic wedding in a church.
Has to be in church. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. But you could put a church on the beach.
True.
I mean, okay, so that's a good question though. Could a Catholic wedding be on the beach with a priest and everything?
I'm not sure. They're very old-fashioned, so.
Yeah, then you need to move the holy water and all of that
Mm-hmm.
because you have to have mass, so the holy water needs to be there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's allowed to travel.
Yeah, me neither.
You guys are not Catholic.
I had my first communion growing up, but I never got confirmed, so technically no.
So are you guys still allowed to go to the Catholic wedding?
Yeah.
Just
No,
can't
I
take
was just kidding.
communion.
But
Yeah, I guess you
never
can
know.
take communion in here.
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are.
no, for guests, they're always welcome, I'm sure. You don't even need to be family, but you need to be an invite.
Yeah. We are invited, so.
Oh, okay. Well, Naples is a nice place to go for a wedding, for sure.
Yeah.
publish this to YouTube.
To YouTube.
Well, it's not live streaming, of course, but I'm working on a channel and I'm collecting material stuff. So the channel is not live yet. I don't have any videos published yet. But yeah, I'm just still like playing with things. I have an extra microphone instead of this one to see what the quality is. I'm working with different length, making it lower and higher to see what works well. But in case this is good footage, would you mind if I publish it?
I don't care.
Yeah.
You don't care? Yeah, you guys don't care. But then the family is gonna find out.
It's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Film.
I think so. I think so. Yeah. And there's no camera on me. There's a camera in front, and there's a camera on the back. So I'm not, even though you hear my voice, but I'm not part of the thing.
So it's almost like you're behind the camera
Yeah,
filming. Yeah.
sort of like that. Maybe in the future I'll change that, but no, I don't want to. The thing is that I find people so interesting that, and I have so many interesting conversations in the Uber with people that one day, like a few months ago, just the idea came, like, well, why not publish these conversations, you know? And then I just kept thinking about it, but never did anything. And then my wife finally said, "Well, you won't know until you try it." So here I am. I bought 2 GoPros, and let's see what it does. But the idea of sharing the conversations with people, I think that would be a good thing for a lot of people to see a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because like, my parents love me and I have a nice relationship with my parents, and that's a normal thing for me. But I had this girl today in the car, and she was living far away from her parents, and she just had a bad experience with her parents. And I didn't ask too many questions because it's also a lot of these things are private. But just the realization that, hey, not everybody has a good relationship with their parents, right? And so I should be thankful and I should be grateful that I do, you know.
Yeah.
And you realize that more what a good life you have when you talk to people, right? And so yeah, I sort of feel that was an accident.
Oh, wow.
I hope people are okay. Anyway, yeah, I find people interesting. But I mentioned that people, like, if you're a server at a restaurant, you wouldn't watch this YouTube channel because you talk to people every day, all the time,
Yeah.
you know. But if you're sitting home alone, you don't have anything to do or whatever, then maybe a channel like this could be interesting to you,
Yeah.
you know. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just gonna give it a try and we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
So can I ask, what do you guys do?
I'm a software engineer.
Software engineer. Software of what?
I code in Python, but
Python?
I guess
Okay.
you're asking more what the company does.
Also? Yeah.
Cybersecurity,
Cybersecurity, okay. That's cool.
but I'm on the data engineering side.
The data engineering side. So it's all about big data,
Pretty much, yeah.
and then analysts use that to create information for the executive people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you program in Python, but then, like, for what? Like for hospitals or for banks or? is
No, so we're a cybersecurity firm
Oh, yeah.
that basically we have like people on the dark web, and they'll like extract information from the dark web, and we'll clean the data, publish it, so that other companies can like remediate their employees' passwords and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because, like, I can go on this website where I can see whether my login information is being used on the dark web or whether it's been put up for sale on the
Yeah.
dark web.
Pretty much.
So, but you do that then for specific companies.
Right.
help them being aware what's happening on the dark web, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Just to see like exactly what employees under their company have their passwords
Yeah, exactly.
hacked, I guess.
Yeah, and whether
Or
they're
available.
using the same passwords in the company systems.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that's good business.
Yeah. Never stops, the data.
Well, every time when they create a new security layer, there's going to be hackers trying to break it.
Right.
So there's always work for you.
It's an arms race, yeah.
It's no, yeah, exactly. But it's technology, so it's interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of programming in PHP and
Oh, no way.
and then HTML and JavaScript.
I
things like
see
that, both sides.
PHP dumps all the time as data dumps.
Yeah,
It's pretty interesting.
yeah, you can do a lot with that. But Python, that's more for on the computer itself, right? It's
Right,
not
yeah.
so web based.
On the terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's a very
So
popular
you
language.
use
Python?
PHP?
No, it's just a different language.
You use Python?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Namely Python. All the scripts that we use to clean data are in Python.
So that's good business. It's good
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, Python's great because it's almost like English, you know. Except some of the libraries out there are kind of hard to use. But
You think actually that AI will one day just learn how to program in Python, or maybe even it's already doing that, and
I don't know.
you can just instruct the machine what to program, and it will program it for you?
Maybe. There's already a chat bot that kind of like creates code for you.
Huh.
But for me, the greater the abstraction of what you're trying to do, you know, the harder it is for an AI to do it right now. So
Mhm.
you can get it to do like really specific things, like, hey, take these two lists and create a Cartesian product of it using this library in Python or whatever.
Mhm.
And that's fine. But ask it to make, I don't know, JSON parser that can parse pretty much anything given a list of field names. Then that's tricky, right? It becomes more of an art at that point. And I think that AI shouldn't do art at all.
Mhm.
Because art is very human, and I don't know that an AI can do that unless we hit like what is it called, the singularity.
Can you give me 1 second, please? Gabe, hello. I have customers, but go ahead.
Okay, I'm just telling you that the game got canceled.
Got cancelled?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Oh, they replaced it to tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, bye. Thanks. So, yeah, it's interesting. It would be nice if art would have a flag that it's been created by AI.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe also software that you know that it's been written by AI.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely agree that AI is not the same as human, as a human, but it may look like a human, or
Yeah.
it may create stuff like people create,
Mhm.
so it may be confusing. So it should have
Yeah.
like a little logo or little something meta tag that okay, this was not made by a human but made by a machine,
Yeah.
because then it has less value, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that just like coding without implicit bias for humans is really hard to do. That may be something that an AI will be able to do well, but I don't know. I haven't taken too deep of a look at it.
Oh, well, it's coming, so you will have to deal with it
Mm-hmm.
more and more for sure. And the lady, what do you do?
I work for Whole Foods.
Whole Foods? Oh, the fancy,
Grocery store.
expensive
Yeah.
grocery store.
Yep.
And then what do you do?
I'm a real estate analyst, so like I help decide where stores should go. I think there's one in Naples, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah.
We go there regularly. Not that I can afford it, but it's where the better stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
So you actually are searching for real estate or land or for new Whole Foods locations?
I do the research for it, so brokers come to us, and then the real estate team does deals with them, and if they can make a good deal, we predict how much the store will make, and then if all that finance magic works, they put the store there.
Wow. Okay. So you work in the main office of Whole Foods.
Yep.
I didn't know that was in Austin, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that was where the first store was, actually.
Oh, in Austin was the first Whole Foods?
Yep, the guy still lives there, the founder, John Mackey.
Wow, interesting. And so, that's a nice job though. That's not an easy job either, I suppose. I mean, you're basically a real estate, not a real estate agent, but financial analyst
Yeah, kind of.
kind of job.
It is a little interesting, kind of art. A little bit of science, a little bit of art.
How do you think that's art?
Um,
Sounds like.
There's like, for instance, Florida stores are always very interesting. They like break our models and stuff, so we have to like look at them because there's just so many different things going on in Florida that impact sales that are hard to predict. I guess I don't really know.
Is there Whole Foods in Boca Raton?
I think so. Boca, yeah.
So is Whole Foods nationwide now?
Yeah, I believe we got a couple in Canada and the UK too, so international.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There you go. So that means then you're gonna get international opportunities as well, or they have their own offices with their own financial analysts?
The UK has their own team, but we do Canada stuff.
Yeah, okay. And so, that's interesting. So you have models actually that predict how well a store would do in a certain location based on demographics, I suppose,
Right, yeah.
and all of that, and accessibility and all of that. And then Florida breaks your models.
Florida is, yeah.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
We used to have to make separate models for Florida, but our models have gotten better to where that doesn't happen as much. But Florida and obviously New York City are usually the exceptions because it always makes models always think New York City is going to do way better than is necessarily true because we already have a bunch of stores there.
Yeah, yeah.
And Florida's just kind of all over the place.
And Florida's all over the place?
So you have like a conditional statement in your model that says if
Used
state
to.
equals FL.
Used to,
Yeah.
but not anymore.
That's funny.
And so then you have to go out to a store to find out what's wrong with the model, or? Why
We
is
do
it?
have people that always go look at the store in person if it gets to that stage where we all say this could work. Then people go look at it on the ground and.
You seem so young to doing a job like that.
How old do I look?
Okay, now I have to be careful here. I mean,
How old
I
is
don't
you
wanna-
look?
Yeah, you can
Is
go.
that-
Well, you guys are in your 20s. He looks a little older than you do. I would say he's 29 and you are 26.
I'm 30 and he's 28.
You're 20?
28.
28 and you're 30.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I wasn't that far off if you
Mm-mm.
consider it on the time scale of the universe.
Universe.
But
That's a
still 30.
compliment.
Okay, so yeah, you graduated. Oh, okay, you could have 6 years experience in this field, maybe. So now you do have some experience. I'm just
So,
guessing, but
Yeah, but we have
you're
analysts
still sort
that
of
do,
young though to do
for
a
sure.
big job like that.
Should be getting paid a lot more than you are. For sure.
Probably.
Yeah, we all keep saying that. I made the mistake that because my original thing was also software,
Mm-hmm.
but I fell in love with a non-profit,
Oh yeah, which one?
and the name says it's non-profit, and so it fills my heart, but it emptied my wallet. Which one? It's called NPH.
Okay.
In Spanish, Nuestros Pequeños Hermanos, and they have orphanages, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean.
Oh wow.
I did some volunteer work for a couple of years, and I just fell in love with the organization, and just ever since, and I'm still working for them.
Nice.
This Uber thing is like my second job, kind of extra.
Gotcha. That's why you spent so much time in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
and Mexico.
exactly. Yeah. And I still love the organization. They do such great work, and I maintain servers for them, online databases, things like that. And yeah, I really enjoy that, but the pay is horrible.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Did you pick up the language while you were abroad?
Yeah. Sí hablo español. Poquito.
¿Con acento español o con acento?
No, con acento holandés,
Holandés.
mexicano, algo, no sé qué. Pero tu acento es muy española, ¿no?
¿Tú crees? No. Yo tengo el
España.
acento venezolano. We eat all of our S's.
It sounds similar to a Spanish accent.
Yeah, a
but
little.
Yeah, it does a little bit. See if this person is gonna be so
It's very Andaluz. Without it, yeah.
And do you speak Spanish?
A little.
A little. Okay.
I understand it better than I speak it.
Oh, okay. It's a beautiful language, though.
It is.
I remember my first Spanish class, and they told me that the verbs that are different depending on the form of you or we or they, and I said no. I said no. It's I work, you work, we work. It's just work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said no. It's yo trabajo, tú trabajas, nosotros trabajamos. And I said no, that cannot be. I remember just not believing the person, and I actually had to look it up, and yep, that's how it is in Spanish. But,
Yeah, it's not the most practical language. Does Dutch lack conjugation like English does, or?
So no, it actually doesn't.
Hmm.
But in Dutch it's also like that. Like in Spanish, like the verb is different depending on the subject. Sort of, but not as much as in Spanish.
I heard it's pretty hard to learn Dutch as far as European languages go.
Yeah, it is. Especially the pronunciation of things.
Yeah.
Als ik Nederlands ga praten, dan begrijp jij er niks van. So there's a lot of like using the throat, and definitely English speaking people, probably also Spanish. Though there's some in Spanish too.
Yeah.
And the Spanish like to roll the R.
Right.
At least Mexican Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, Puerto Rican Spanish, they just swap it with an L and make it easy for everyone. Yeah. Some R's, like if they're in front of a consonant, pretty commonly they'll swap it with an L.
So this is a hurricane struck area.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. It's actually amazing how much they cleaned up already.
Hmm.
So I'm actually surprised that this is open. Yeah, this area has been devastated.
Yeah, I can imagine. A hurricane hit hard.
Yeah. It's the Edgewater Beach Hotel. Well, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful time.
Thanks so much.
Very welcome. the YouTube channel's name is Driving You.
Mm.
So in this case, it's going to be Driving Pablo. And what's your name?
Merissa.
Merissa. Driving Pablo and Merissa. I'll
Nice.
call this video.
Cool.
And I hope you guys have a wonderful time.
Thanks.
You too.
Yeah. Oh, there's stuff in the back.
Thanks. Hello, how you doing? Good, how are you? Check it in? Yes. All right, welcome. Need help? Thanks so much. Good? All right, come on in. We can stretch you right up on the left there. Thank you.
Edgewater Beach Hotel is open. Oh, wow. No, I don't want to be on that. Thank you for these trips.